Hi, friend. Good morning to each one of you. I think we are meeting after a little long time. And today I have really a special surprise for you. I was meditating last week and suddenly a thought cropped up, that this is a World Women Day and why don't we connect with a lady who is really dynamic and we can gather some inspiring thoughts out of her. And today I have got that lady for you, and we are going to talk to her. And I'm going to ask her some questions, and definitely will gather lots and lots of inspirations. So, let me quickly introduce today's guest, Parveen Gandhi. Parveen Gandhi happened to be my first coach, and I'm really proud of it. I've learned a lot from her, and she is a very well known coach and an image consultant. She's an author of a very fantastic book, and I'm sure I will request her to talk a little bit about the book also. So, let me onboard and welcome Miss Parveen Gandhi. And Parveen, we are really happy to have you here.
Thank you very much for all the beautiful and inspiring words. It really seems very good to be on the platform and sharing this inspiring thoughts about Women's Day, especially, because I think we being women, we need to celebrate each other. And that's exactly a great occasion to start this journey. So thank you very much once again for having me here.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Parveen. And I would really want to understand, your introduction from you that how was your journey? Because I know, you're not born with the, coach skill set, but I'm sure you have traveled your journey. So I would like to know more about it.
Yeah. Well, it all started with exploring, and my childhood was pretty interesting. We were four siblings. I was the eldest, and I had two sisters and one brother. So we were all growing into a place where we were struggling from the haves and have-nots. And it was, I think, when you don't have things, you inspire yourself or you motivate yourself to have that. So probably that whole journey of transforming myself on a regular basis was something which I explored because whatever I was not enough. And when I kept introspecting on saying that what next and what best, and that always came back to the question that I need to work on myself. So starting with sales, I never knew how to sell, but I started selling from the age of 15. I never knew how to work in a beauty salon, which my mother started at the age when I was 18. And I learned everything from pedicure, manicure, eyebrows, haircuts, waxing, facials. And as a teenager, while I was going to college and I was doing part-time working in my own salon, so, you know, the whole journey started pretty early. And the whole foundation was to become the best version of myself. And in my book, Get the Billion Bucks Image, I have put a lot of those aspects, which really changed me as a person. So I came with a mindset of very low self-esteem. Yeah.
I
And
really can't believe this, Parveen. I mean, it's hard to believe.
Yeah, very low self-esteem, like a lot of body image issues, a lot of comparisons that, why am I not as fair as what other girls are in my building or in my school? Why do I not get that kind of attention as what the 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 other girls are getting or other people have? And so lots of things, which really I struggled with initially in my life. And then so it was always like, wanting to wanting to strike a better personalities, wanting to kind of be somebody, who people would respect, and that is where I came from. So yeah, it
Wow.
was tough, but now because I went through all this, it became easier for me, to kind of help others, because
Yeah.
I know their pain. I know where they're coming from. I know what they're suffering, what they're going through.
Right.
And that connected me with men and women both, because my understanding on their mindset and their psychology and their issues uh, was strong. Yeah.
Wow. I mean, that's really interesting, Parveen. You know, the
Mm,
Parveen which I know, it's always full of very high self-esteem, and she's the one, just go to her and she'll help you. And this is very interesting that
thank
you
you.
have also struggled a lot, to come to
Mm,
this place. So I think
mm,
this gives me a lot of, energy and confidence that, yeah, there is lots that, I can achieve, or any woman can achieve, right? So
mm,
if you're here, I think you don't have to worry. You can definitely go there, right? Wow.
absolutely.
Wow. That's
Absolutely.
interesting. So, Parveen, I would really, want you to share some tips about, my viewers, that what is exactly, meant by your image. We all talk about brand, your image. What is it exactly?
Well, this is one of my favorite questions, and everybody asks me, what is all about image? And the first time when I spoke to the corporates on image building, they said, "What is this, and how is it going to help?" Yeah. So, when we talk about an individual image, we all have a perception about our own selves, in our head, in our mind.
True.
And we all know how we perceive ourselves. So, suppose if you are beautiful, if you have beautiful eyes, if you have great hair, if you have a good body, and if you are liked by all, you know that you have a good body image or self image. Yeah.
Hmm.
Suppose if you are intelligent, you score well in the academics, and you people talk about your knowledge, and they give you that importance. You know
Hmm.
that you're respected in the world, or in the society, or in the place that you are living, and that gradually forms your image. Suppose if you are ugly, or I wouldn't say ugly, but not so presentable, and people don't give you that attention, people have issues connecting with you, you don't have that aura or influence on others, you know somewhere there is a disconnect, and that will always bring you down, in terms of your image. So whatever you are dealing with on a day-to-day basis, it gradually forms your image in your
Okay.
head. Yeah, that's called self-image. That what is the image about you, your own self, in your mind. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have seen people, who have been extremely good looking, very intelligent, but still have a self image issue,
Hmm.
where they say, "Oh, no, this is not enough. Oh, so
Hmm.
what if I'm this? But
Yeah.
I'm not that." Yeah. Even there, there is a self image issue where the person has everything, but is still not happy with it, or still not able to acknowledge and accept what they
Hmm.
have. Yeah, again, that's another aspect of self-image. So basically, image is all about what you think about yourself in your mind, and how do you deal with that, and how do you perceive that, and how do you show that to the world. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Cool. I think I like the word, and I picked up the word that whatever you think about yourself in your mind, it's extremely
Mm.
important, right?
Yeah.
Maybe you are beautiful, you are really intelligent, but if you don't believe in it, I think this is not going to work, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah, very
Exactly.
important, very important. And Parveen, I personally struggle a lot that, when I want to showcase some image across somebody, right? But if I'm not authentic to it, then I really struggle a lot, So how do I strike that balance between my
Yeah.
authentic self and image?
So now that is the point, people consider that image is a mask that I have to
Mm,
wear when I am outside,
yeah.
which is not true because if you do not showcase your true self, if you do
Mm-hmm.
not create an image or build an image, which is true to yourself,
Mm-hmm.
and if you're trying to ape somebody, if you're trying to copy something else, or if you're trying to be something which you're not, yeah,
Mm,
it's not going to work. It's not going to work.
yeah.
Now, I'll give you an example. There is a person who is lazy, the
Mm-hmm.
person who is not well kept, not well groomed,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and does not like to dress up, does not like to be at their best, is impunctual, is not up to the mark in terms of the discipline levels. Now, when these things are there with a person, I'm not kind of naming that person
Mm,
or labeling somebody, but I'm saying
yeah.
if these are the attributes of a person, yeah, now this person is wanting to build an image of somebody who is highly disciplined, extremely professional, very well groomed, all that person wants to be.
Mm,
Now, do you think that if they try to showcase that once or twice outside, is that going to be their actual self?
no. No, certainly not.
And do you think that people will not figure that out over a period of time? They will,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
the mask will be off after some time,
Yeah.
and
You
people
feel that
will
person
know.
is fake.
Absolutely. And then that person will lose the credibility.
Hmm.
So I always tell my clients and my people, who actually want to listen to what I have to say about image, is that image is not about changing yourself for a particular reason momentarily. It is about changing lifestyle. It is about changing
Hmm.
habits. It is about changing your mindset.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
lifestyle, habits, mindset, these are the three important foundation stones to kind
Okay.
of build an image, and then keep it consistent, keep it sustainable.
Hmm.
Don't do something which is just going to be there for some time and then you're going to be back to you square one. And that's not going to
Yeah.
work because
Yeah.
you will lose credibility, you will lose
Hmm.
your reputation, and
Yeah.
people will stop trusting you.
Yeah. Yeah. It's very important. Yeah. And side by side, I'm jotting down these points also, Parveen, because,
Mhm.
really valuable points, and, changing the mindset, habit, and lifestyle. I think bang on, because these are three things that actually makes our personality, you know, and that's not easy. I mean, howsoever that easy, when you tell, it's really not easy. You have to put a lot of efforts towards it.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely,
Yeah.
yeah.
True. So,
And
Parveen,
most of the
yeah.
time, people, come with a mindset that, this is going to be done like this.
Hmm.
Yeah. Oh, how many sessions would you conduct and how will this happen? And when I say, well, it's a journey of about at least a 6 months time, and they will say,
Hmm.
oh, no, 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 we don't have that much time. We want to do it in
Yeah.
like a week. And
Yeah. Yeah. They need everything quick, right? It's everything quick, just in few minutes or a
yeah,
days.
yeah. So
Yeah.
anything that's spontaneous, anything that's like 2-minute noodles, they will finish
Yeah.
off also immediately, in 2 minutes.
Correct,
They
correct,
won't
correct.
stay for a long time.
Absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. Yeah, and I think lots to do with the belief, right? And I
Hmm.
mean, can you tell me something more about the belief system? Do you really believe that, there is some belief system, innate, and that actually gives all our, outside images or impression that we show to the world?
See, belief is something which is generated out of the value that you create or the value that you have within yourself.
Hmm.
So whatever I value, I will start believing into it. So suppose
Hmm.
if I value discipline, I will believe and will have that belief that, when it comes to meeting people, giving them time, commitment, I have to be at it because I
Hmm.
value it so much. So,
Hmm.
so
Right.
the value is the foundation of a belief. Yeah.
Okay.
And once you believe into something, then it reflects into your attitude. Yeah.
Right. Right.
And that reflects into your behavior. So it just goes step by step.
Hmm.
Values are more important, and that will. So if you want to change your belief system, you need to work on your values. What is
Okay.
the value that you want to offer?
Yeah.
What do you bring
Yeah.
to the table? What is something that you are actually wanting people to remember you for? Today,
Hmm.
when Ratan Tata is no more, and after his death, there were so many stories that came out, in terms of what was the value this person was holding, and how did he contribute to the country, to the world, with his value system. So values are very important, and people have no clue about what is their unique value proposition that they offer.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I tell my uh, uh, tell people, that this is your value, and do you know about it, and they are surprised and they say, no, I never thought about it.
Yeah.
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 But recognizing what are the values that you hold, and taking that forward and making that obvious to the world that this is what you bring to the table will actually transcend into your belief system.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
if your values are not identified,
Hmm.
then whatever you believe into, nobody knows and nobody
Yeah.
cares.
Yeah. There's a lot of confusion basically, right?
Yes, there is.
Yeah.
There is.
Yeah.
We need self awareness. We need clarity on that.
Yeah. So this actually brings me to the foundation that when I started my mind power coaching, the first thing is the purpose. That why are you there in this world, and that itself takes all your path ahead. So I think this is completely resonating with values that you're saying, right?
Absolutely. But how many people actually know their
Yeah,
purpose?
yeah. It's important for us to at least pen down and think, why am I there?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Superb.
Yeah. Because we are very transactional. We are very
Mm,
transactional on a day to day basis. Whatever is happening with us, we just finish those chores. We just finish our basic responsibilities and more. And then we just move ahead thinking this is how life is. But very few people actually get into the depth of knowing their purpose. Yeah.
true, true. So, to come out of this transaction, do you really feel, because now the mindfulness is really a buzzword, you really think, mindfulness can help us calm down and, focus on something what we really want to do?
See, mindfulness is the buzzword. There are lots of buzzwords that come from US, and we just hop onto that because we feel that, okay, this is the next big thing. But we were always mindful, as a community, as an individual. Mindfulness is there. I mean, it's not something that you need to create or develop or work on. We are
Mm-hmm.
always, we are mindful as a human being. We use our mind all the time.
Hmm.
It's just about, how do you use this mind?
Right.
That awareness is not there. So in my mind, the person who is mindful is a person who is more self-aware.
Hmm.
Yeah. So there are many people, who come to me who are say that, there is a lot of anger issue,
Hmm.
and I just don't know how to handle that.
Hmm.
I It goes out of control, and I spoil my relationships, and I have a lot of hard time, getting patching them back.
Yeah.
So so somebody told that person, that you need to be mindful about it and you need to practice mindfulness.
Hmm.
So I said, okay, did that work, and how did you do that? So she said, I do meditation, and 30 minutes in the morning and 20 minutes in the night. Okay, I said, that's nice. That's very good practice. Does it make you more calmer and cooler as a person? So the person said, yeah, it does. But then that's only momentary. But then when I get back to work and get back to my regular transactions, the anger is still there.
Hmm.
So in my mind, awareness will actually bring in that mind control. And if people who know how to practice self awareness,
Yeah.
uh, they can manage their emotions better. So the idea is to be aware on a daily basis, hourly basis, in fact even like in every 15 minutes you need to do a check
Mm-hmm.
on how is my mind doing.
Oh,
We do
wow.
we do
Interesting.
check we do
Yeah.
check on our laptops, or we do check
Yeah.
uh, on our Fitbits, oh, how is my heart rate doing? How is my uh,
Yeah.
yeah, blood pressure doing? So yes, how is my mind doing? So every 15 minutes, every half an hour, how am I feeling? Just ask yourself. Yeah, I'm feeling great. I'm feeling good. Oh no, I'm feeling down. I'm feeling bad. I'm feeling depressed. So you will get answers, and when you question and when you get answers, you get clarity. So
Yeah.
self-awareness, you don't need to go to a psychiatrist or a psychological to a counselor to kind of find out, oh, what's wrong with me and I don't understand. You just need to ask yourself. And the more you ask questions to yourself, the more you will be aware as to what's happening with you.
Yeah, I think more you need to connect to your own self first, right? I think that's
Correct.
that's the key, right? Because we keep
Absolutely.
sharing all the gyan to whole world, but how much we really talk to ourselves is important. Yeah,
And it is so easy to give advice to others, but we don't
yeah.
accept the advice that we give to ourselves. Or we never give an advice to
Actually,
ourselves.
actually, true. Wow. So, Parveen, I just wanted to understand because I know that you coach many people achieve their goals, right? So, they want to be successful. So, what is this definition of success? Because it's a big word, right?
Hmm. So I personally don't feel that there is something called success, because success is again very transitional.
Mm-hmm.
And today I feel successful because I am able to buy an iPhone for myself, and I feel, wow, this is like. But how many minutes does that thing stay? How many
Hmm.
minutes? No, it just kind of diffuses in like half an hour, or probably a day or so, or
Yeah.
maybe a week, until I tell everybody that I have an iPhone. And
Hmm.
then, so if that is my parameter of success, then it's going to stay for a very less period.
Yeah.
However, when people say I want to be successful, I want to grow, it's important to kind of pin down to the nature of success. So
Hmm.
some people say money is success for me. Some people say if I have great relationships, then I will consider myself very successful.
Hmm.
If I have become a good parent, and if my parenting is being talked about, then I'll feel I am successful as a parent. And
Hmm.
so success comes with different uh, parameters and different destinations. So what is exactly that you want when you are saying that I want to be successful? That needs to be clear. And
Hmm.
once you identify that my success lies in, or in the happiness that I want to achieve, and want to be happy and want to be in a happy state of mind all the time. Suppose if that is your definition of success, then so the paths are different, for everything. If you want money, that there's a different path. If you want promotions, if you want positions, there's a different path. For everything, there has to be discipline, in my opinion, to
Yeah.
achieve success. Yeah, and it is always something which will be done, and then there will be a next milestone that you will want to achieve. It's
Hmm.
never going to be a permanent thing. So if
Yeah,
somebody is saying, I want to be successful, today you are happy, with this particular position. Now you're successful. Today you're happy with this iPhone. But tomorrow you will say, oh, iPhone is passe now. I want something
yeah,
else. So
yeah.
then it will always be the next thing.
Yeah, so actually, I mean, it is very personalized, right? I mean, I can't use the yardstick for somebody else who is successful, right? Because it means different to her or him, right?
Exactly. Yeah,
Wow,
true.
wow. So I think we are, towards the, end, and I really don't want this conversation to end. But I think somewhere we'll have to pause and maybe next time for sure. So lastly, Parveen, I would really, want to accumulate the gist, that what do you want to communicate to the viewers that, say it is image or a success, what is that mantra or guiding principles they can just hook on, and they can really get what they want.
Yeah, that's a very good question. And to summarize it all, about a person's success and what could be the mantra. In my opinion, I feel people say, we need to be motivated, we need to be inspired, and they look for motivation elsewhere. They look for inspiration outside so that,
Hmm.
they can. But in my opinion, motivation is like taking a bath. You need to take bath every day. So somebody has to motivate you every day to
Yeah,
kind of actually. Now, that is not possible because you may not find those kind of entities, who will be helping you and
yeah,
or motivating you all the time. So motivation is, I think a word, which doesn't exist, and it should not be even asked for. The word is discipline. The word is habits. Yeah. So when I say motivation, if you tell me, Parveen, you need to lose this kind of weight and you need to be at this position in this much time, and that's going to help me for some time. Yeah, yeah. I spoke to you and I got inspired, and now I'm going to do this. But then finally, what's going to lead me to that success is going to be habits. If I do not
hmm,
have the right habits to kind of achieve those goals, yeah, I will never be able to succeed. Yeah. So
okay,
so stop looking for motivation. Start working on your habits. Change your lifestyle. Change your mindset. Change your discipline. So if people start doing that, for example, if you have to get up every morning and say somebody has to motivate me to go to the gym, I'm
that's not going
sorry, that's not going to happen. But it is
to.
discipline which is going to take you forward. It's habits that will take, because no matter what, you are just going to be at it.
Yeah,
It's not that every day you are calculating how many kgs or how many grams I reduced today. No, it's going to be a long drawn, you
yeah,
know, affair, and you need to work on it. And people don't understand that. People think image is something which can be just changed in you tell me 10 things to do and I'm going to do that and I'll change my image. It doesn't work like that.
hmm.
Yeah, it you need precision, you need persistence, you need practice, and you need discipline, you need habit change.
Wow, wow, that was really deep, Parveen. I think that is going to help me personally, and I'm sure all the viewers. So again, on behalf of myself and my channel and everybody, I think thank you so much, Parveen, that you took out time and you shared such a, realistic things. Many people talk, and these things what you spoke are very much real and achievable if somebody really wants to work on it. So thank you so much, and look forward to get such many more opportunities to interact with you.
Most welcome. I'm really delighted to have this rendezvous with you. It was fabulous. It didn't feel like as if we are doing something like recording and making it a big thing. It was very casual and very nice talking to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Parveen. And
Thank you.
viewers, I'm really excited to share this particular video, and we will talk with many more such dynamic ladies. So keep watching and keep subscribing to my channels. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Parveen.
Thank you. Thank you, Pallavi. Thank you very much.